It is time. We're back here for another dose of midweek madness. They call the Wednesday Cup lately.
Oh, Jesus.
It's hopefully they've just been given a 10-minute rev up by my co-commentator here, Zach O'Reilly. He's been on furlough in Bali for the last couple of weeks, but he's back and he's dead set in the fair dinkum department. He puts the O in O'Reilly. Here he is, everyone. Zach O'Reilly.
Well, thanks for that beautiful introduction there, Christopher. But it has been good on furlough. But yes, I'm back and giving everyone a good hard rev up tonight. But I think we need it because the Wednesday Cup is a bit of a weird thing at the moment in terms of driver behaviour. So hopefully tonight is the night where everyone gets their head checked and on the track in a behaviourable manner that is applicable to AK racing. But nonetheless, Sensational TV is flying along. Chris Munro, thank you very much for keeping the show on the road while I have been away. It's been fun, but it's always good to be in the commentary box, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to have you back. You've been keeping the flame lit for Sensational TV, so everyone's had to deal with my rubbish for the last few broadcasts.
Quality.
I'm sure that's okay. We've seen a number of coughing fits on stream, so hopefully that's all but done. But I'll tell you what, I just cannot shake this long COVID disease. Everyone out there, be careful. Going stay away from kindergartens, I suppose, or if you have kids, don't put them in kindergarten because you'll just be forever sick.
Just walking diseases, the old kindergartens.
That's it. More diseases than there are walking around there in Bali, I assume. We're just about ready to go here in the Wednesday Cup. We're going to get the standings up from last week, and Fabian Fitness is dead set out there in front again on 5:32. He's been bagging more wins than the Australians in the pool here over the Olympics, and Nick Mellow's not far behind him there on 493, so just shy of 40 points behind. So he's going to need to make his way through the field again as he's been starting at the back with his mate Alex McEwen. Matthias Falzon there and on 469. And behind him is Cohen Tam on 445. Lockie Grant's on 443. Jake Buttigieg's there on 431. So it's a super tight there in the mid placings with Ollie Longley, Nick Mull, Sam Dooley and Ryan Nielsen making up the rest of the positions there in the top 10. And we'll get rid of that. What else have we got here? The calendar, we're going to get that up. We've done a little bit of shuffling around to get this oval race in. And we've done so. So that'll be coming up in round 6, ladies and gentlemen. But tonight we are at Goodwood Circuit. So I'll tell you what, it might be time to get a little bit of excitement here in the Combox because we are gonna go racing. Woo! Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're off in the UK, isn't it? It's pretty good. We are at so good. It's called Goodwood Circuit, ladies and gents. Here we are. It is round 4. There's 9 turns on this long sort of flowing circuit. 3.8 kilometres of it to be in fact. We're going to have a 10-minute qualifying session that'll be kicking off very shortly indeed. I think we're going to get that going right now. But after that, there will be the usual Wednesday Cup serving of a 15-minute race, a 16-minute race with a top 10 reverse grid, and a 17-minute affair at the end there with the top 12 reverse grid. The fastest in practice this week was the man Matthias Falzon with a 127 dead. Are we going to see someone knock him off here in qualifying, Zach O'Reilly?
Well, I'll tell you what, Chris Munro, if there's someone who's going to knock him off, it's got to be Fabian Fitness. But that's saying that. What about our mate from last week, Cooper Nathan? He just came out of nowhere and just went bang. So, bugger anyone else's sort of prediction. I reckon we're on for a hot treat here tonight at Sensational TV. Qualifying is going to be hotter than a dodgy Vindaloo on a Sunday night. And it's going to be spicy. I'll give you the hot tip.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cannot wait.
Absolutely. Another shortish circuit. And the way that this circuit flows, there's not really that many hard braking zones. So I think overtaking is going to be at a premium. There's the absolute death chicane at the end of this circuit as well. There is dead set, just enough space for one car to go through.
And not a cigarette paper more.
Tell you what is going on here? I think I have fallen through the circuit, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go back.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, this is no good indeed.
I can see you sitting there just quietly, nicely, and happily in the sensational TV van, if you don't mind.
Well, it's there. I'm getting nothing but orange on the screen. Let's I could show you that on the. There we go, ladies and gents. Nothing but orange. So I'll get. I'll get
bit of
Zach
Lando Norris.
Yeah, get Zach to chat amongst yourselves at the moment while I get this fixed up.
Well, whilst Chris explores the old technical error department, ladies and gentlemen, the qualifying is 8 seconds away from getting ongoing here, and Jake Buttigieg is close to the front here. I'll give you the hot tip. Matt Falzon is right at the start, and we are off and racing for qualifying. And Matthias Falzon is in second spot at the moment, and they're all warming their tyres up here as we come back into that sort of mind frame where you just don't know what is going to happen. You're nervous, your hands are shaking, you're a bit, slim shady, knees weak, arms heavy, all that sort of stuff, and thinking about some mum's spaghetti for later on after your event. But by jingo, by crikey, it's going to be on like Donkey Kong. Has Chris got his computer sorted yet?
No, it's gone. No.
It's gone haywire.
Yeah, absolutely. No, just an orange screen, which I've never, ever seen before.
Has the old graphics card just decided to pack it up?
No, I don't think so. I just...
Okay.
I'm going to try a different...
No camera angles are working here.
No camera angles. Oh, here we go. It was my post-processing filter, apparently, ladies and gentlemen. So here we go. We are...
Back on track with the action.
Back on track with the action. Here we go, ladies and gents. Let's
Take it away.
Yeah, let's catch up with Matthias Falzon here on his opening outlap.
Yep, he's been warming up those tyres fiercely. I'll give you the hot tip. While Chris Munro's been trying to get the cameras back on board here due to the technical errors, he has been warming up the tyres very, very fiercely, and found himself onto now. Here's the start of a lap here around Goodwood Circuit, and he's going to cross the line now, and that time will start going on board with Matthias Falzon here. Let's see what he can produce. There were 1 minute 27s in the practice server just prior to what we saw on the screen there for the round info. And Matthias Falzon is going to be up there. I'll give you the hot tip in the one lap pace department. Can he put it together in the race? We'll find out soon. But nonetheless, he's made his way here around turn 4. These are very, very easy corners for the Renault Clio to go, but plenty of suck action. Get on the brakes here. Just feather that a little bit. Feather the throttle back in. Make sure the rear doesn't step out. That was very, very nice control by Matthias Falzon. Apexing beautifully there, using all of the exit curb that he could possibly use there on the runoff on the circuit. Now here's a tight little hairpin coming up, hard on the brakes. Back on the power is Matthias Falzon here at the moment. This is a really, really smooth-looking lap here on board. There is not an ounce of steering correction going on here in the body roll department at all. Flat to the floor, ladies and gentlemen, with these 4-cylinder Renaults. They'll be singing to the high heavens here tonight. I hope the valves are in good condition, because they will be rev banging left, right, and centre on the downshifts. Car braking here at the 60-metre mark for Matthias Falzon. Wide sort of double apex corner here to the left, which brings him into a nice run into the last sort of chicane, which is very, very hard braking, but he's not taking any prisoners into there as Matthias Falzon just gets it riding onto the final end of the curb there. He's going to cross the line here, and where is this going to put him in the grand scheme of things? A 1:27.819. That is a fantastic opening balance to your qualifying account.
Yeah, great way to open the account for sure. He's got about 8 tenths on his personal best so far. Cooper Nathan joins him on the front row, albeit 2 seconds behind. So I think there'll be a few people popping their little Clios in between those two on this first opening lap. The first man to do so is James Bullock, so we're going to check him out around his second hot lap there in the 1:28. The bright yellow, there's a couple of Clios just laying either side of the track there. I tell you what, I was watching a few of these cars in practice, and I tell you what, the little rev up before the race, I think the stewards are going to have their fingers on the button to boot a few of these blokes if they can't even get around the circuit once without binning it. But dead set, a bit more practice required there. But I'll tell you what, James Bullock looks like he's done his practice certainly this week, because he's got that car hooked up and it looks pretty handy at the moment. He's got a little bit of traffic. Excuse me, he's got a little bit of traffic there in front of him as well. But hopefully that does not impede him towards the end of this track. Oh, as I've said it, he's just gone and mounted the curb. Get on the brakes. Oh, he's collected someone on the way too. Unlucky there for James Bullock.
Well, I'll tell you what, Sandra will be looking at that and going, well, maybe stick to acting, son. But with that sort of pace at the moment, 1:28.9, he's not too bad. He's sitting in third, which is happy days. But anyway, let's keep looking around. Where's the underground mammal in Nick Mole, Chris Munro? I was going to call you Chris Mole then. He is doing 1:28.4 just across the line here, put himself into third place. 5 and a bit minutes left here in qualifying. That Freddo Frog car is an absolute hoot to look at on the circuit. Loving seeing that. It's one of Munro's favourites, I reckon, he's ever seen. Especially when you're at that pace. The last thing you want to see is a smiling Freddo Frog in your rear vision mirror just antagonising you to the nth degree. That would piss anyone off if you knew you were just as quick, but here's this smiling bastard who you can melt in the microwave in about 2 seconds, but here he is smiling at you, and that is the underground mammal for Nick Mole. Cooper Nathan, the guy who I was speaking of just earlier before Chris, is sitting in fourth. He's got about a second and a half, or maybe a second, between himself and Matt Falzon. So he's going to have to get on the bike pretty quickly, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely. Falzon just turning the screws up there on the front row, taking 3/10 out of his first lap on his second time around. But Cooper Nathan going with him as well. He took about a second out of his last lap, and he's gone purple there in the second sector. So that's that means, ladies and gentlemen at home, he's the fastest man on track so far during the second third of this lap. There's a car off down the front there. That is David Armstrong. That's nicely done. Just chucks it in right, left, and through the finish line to improve, surely. He's only just missed out on an improvement there, but we'll check back with him later on in the piece. We're going to look down the order here because we've got a new driver in the server, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Rodder in the 558. We'll see how he can fare up amongst the big boys here in Wednesday Cup.
Yeah, looking pretty good too, the old Rod man. I might call him Rodney Rood.
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman is sitting there, and he is looking pretty cool. That light blue is good. The old CRT-sponsored Renault sitting around there, and it takes me back to the heyday. I'm not sure what these cars are doing on track in Jason McFadden and Mr. Bodycomb just sitting there doing nothing. They're on warning already, those two. I'll give you the hot tip. And it might be a bit distracting there for the old Rod man, but Dennis is in 20th at the moment, doing 1:33.8. So we'll see where that puts him in the grand scheme of things by the end of it. But look out. It's getting tight here at the top, I reckon. Jake Buttigieg at the moment, Chris, is on an out lap. So we'll see where he's going to put it. Well, no, he's on a hot lap here at the moment. 18 seconds into his lap. Is he going to be able to pit Matt Falzon here with 2 minutes and 43 seconds to go? It's anyone's bet.
Anyone's bet indeed. Only a couple more minutes to get the job done too. So the pressure's starting to build on these guys in the middle and back half of the fields. Because as we've seen in Wednesday Cup, the further you get up the field in qualifying, the better your chances of just picking through the inevitable rubbish that's been happening. But I tell you what, I think the boys are going to be on their best behaviour tonight. We've had word from the drivers actually that the grass is extremely slippery out there, and we're talking iRacing times about 10 slipperiness. So once you hit that grass, you're dead set gone. And if you're on a slight incline as well, you cannot get the traction to move from the grass. So you'll see during the race, and you've seen so far in qualifying, a couple of guys have gone off the track and just sit stationary. I can give you the tip that those little four cylinders are absolutely revving the tits off, trying to get out of the muck or off the slippery surface that is the grass out there. Yeah, so we might see a few people pretty much stranded throughout the race, depending on where they end up off the circuit. But Jake Buttigieg just hits a 1:28.1, still about 0.6 off Matt Falzon. He's out there on his own. Where is the championship leader? I've not seen him out there at all.
He is out there, Chris. He's circulating around right now. He's in fourth place currently, and he is miles off the pace. He's doing 1:28.3s, and we have basically got 1:27.5s for Matt Falzon. So 0.8 away is Fabian Fitness here at the Goodwood circuit. Maybe just a bit too simple for the old Fabian. He might just look at it and go, I thought that was a pretty easy drop set at the gym on the deadlift scale, but not here tonight. He's not having a good time. He's still fifth. Cohen Tam, the Malaysian Marvel's just gone through and gone, bang, I'll pick you for fourth place, Fabian Fitness. And Fabian, not on song tonight, Chris, but that buffer, as you saw in the points, maybe he's just being conservative here and keeping that race pace where it should be rather than the qualifying one lap stuff.
Yeah, that's right. We've seen him go forward throughout pretty much every one of these races. He's not set the world on fire in qualifying, so up there in fifth is all he needs to really consolidate that lead in the championship anyway. Oh, geez, he might just be a little bit undercooked. There he goes off into the grass. I'll tell you what, maybe he needed a little extra scoop of pre-workout before the race. I know he usually tanks about half a bottle of that stuff, so maybe he's run out.
He's going to need more than that, Chris, because he's starting fifth for the race. Qualifying is done.
It is.
And we have got the Matthias, the Greek god himself, is sitting on the front row. And that is a cracking drive by him. That he's just absolutely blitzed everyone. 127.5. Jake Buttigieg's managed to put in a 127.8, 3/10 off. So that's a really good effort from our Army, Australian Army corporal here in Jake Buttigieg as well. The corporal is in second. Cooper Nathan in third. And the Malaysian Marble in fourth, with the Underground Mammal, I think, was in fifth place, but I'm not too sure if that's accurate, or the timing tower is just doing weird things to me at the moment. But qualifying is done. Let's get to it. Yeah, Fabian Fitness is in fifth. The Underground Mammal in sixth. Sandra Bullock's Love Child, seventh. Lachlan Grant in eighth. The front end loader in McConnell is sitting in ninth, and the funeral director, Ryan Nielsen, in 10th. He'll be happy with that, Ryan Nielsen. That's a really cracking drive from him there in the top 10, Chris.
Yeah, he's been steadily getting better each week, and I think I said last week, commented on just how much he's come forward in not only qualifying but the races as well. Great awareness once he gets out there amongst the traffic, and we'll see him, I just think, improving week to week.
I'll tell you what, it's just changed a bit. I'll tell you what, the top 12, from 11th down to 20th, Chris, I've watched it. It's just gone bang, 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 bang. We have had order changes everywhere. McConnell was in 10th, and now he's in 11th. He's gone. So now the front end loader's in 11th. The Sergeant is in 12th. Hooly Dooly 13th. Trennery in 14th. The Elder Statesman Jimmy Park in 15th. Mitchell Cole, the Rapper, is in 16th. Brian's cousin 17th. He'll be disappointed with that. That's for sure. I reckon 17th is probably where he does not want to be. Chris Munro. Our let's call him Mr. Dilmar is in 18th. 19th for Ollie Longley, and the Power Broker in 20th. That is still not the grid, Chris Munro. Give us some more numbers.
We've got Ashton Clements back in the server there in 21st. Natai Watere there in 22nd. Brody Barber in 23rd. Nick Rodder, our new man on the track, on 24th. David Armstrong as well in 25th. Jeffrey Tan 26th. Jack Reynolds on the controller there in 27th. Tommy Bodicum in 28th. We've got just Oz and an American flag there, bit of a juxtaposition in 29th, and that's all the cars out on the track at the moment. Don't forget, Alex McEwen and Nick Mello just don't even bother coming into the server now as well, so they'll be starting 30th and 31st as well. STG Gamer says he's on a controller as well. Gee whiz. Good luck to anyone down there. Another thing, you don't really want to advertise around here. You take the simulation seriously. You got to get yourself a wheel, my boys. But I'll tell you what, the guys have just headed back to the briefing room, and they are getting their race trim sorted out. And they're going to be wheeling those little Clios out onto the grid any minute now. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go and get yourself sorted for beverages. Get yourself sorted for snacks as well. Recommend a little bit of popcorn at this time of night, because you're going to need it, because it's all going to be happening after the break. We're going to be back just after these messages. Thank you very much, ladies and gents.
There's always a brighter light you see. There's always a better man than me. For the sake of peace and sanctuary, could you stare into my eyes, my dear, before I dream of no one, before I dream of no There's always a brighter light you see. There's always a better man than me. For the sake of peace and sanctuary, could you stare into my heart, my dear? Could you just for once not betray me? Could you just for once not backstab me? Could you stare into my life, my dear? Could you be the lover of which I dream before I dream of no one, before I dream of no one, before I dream of no one, before
Wakes on Terminators, tougher than an elevator, and a gumstone fire resins blowing up your deviators. New technology, fire, sex, wee-wee. Slap your Archie and it shits on a posse. 10 sockers coming and so are you. That's how it came about and it's sticking like fucking glue. To the wall, to the ceiling, now 4 ounce and 6 and the pearly laminating eco-resin old dog nutrients. Business or sports, you know it's all barrel. It's in your own hands, says the guru Dick Carroll. 10 sockers coming and so are you. That's how it came about and it's sticking like fucking glue. most of my leagues and the test not passed. Crazy socks and sway locks last. A slaparachi. A slaparachi. A fucking slaparachi. A slaparachi.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. We are at Goodwood, and we're here for a start.
Full of speed.
Yeah, we've finally got the bugs sorted out, or we've gotten rid of the real penalty system that was causing them. So keep your eyes peeled, viewers. To if you see anyone cutting the track, make us alert.
I'll tell you
give them
what.
a nice little paddling.
Absolutely, and I don't want to go on the grass here because it is slipperier than an Eskimo's dick. I'll give you the hot tip on the grass. And we need to keep it simple, boys. Here, and they've been briefed and they've been warned. But I'm excited. The Festival of Speed, Chris Munro. Good to be in the commentary box here to call a Wednesday Cup race and a few more coming our way. It's going to be exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Here at the home of the FOS. Some great little cracking old cars. They have buzzing around this circuit on their annual. What do you call it? The festival,
Annual venture.
I suppose. Yeah, annual little pilgrimage. It'd be good to get out there for 1 year. I reckon that'd be a great weekend.
Bucket list stuff, that is.
It certainly is. And while you're up there, go and check out the Isle of Man TT. Certainly, that one's on the bucket list. That would be an absolute cracking sight to behold.
Trackside.
How long we've got left in the until the lights kick off? As I've been told, I reckon we're allowed to hit the drive button, but we'll see. I think I might have to get my car off the circuit. Once
No
we
teleport
go
to
green.
bits button.
No. But
no.
I don't have a button for it anyway. So
Oh, here we go.
yeah, an extra
Ladies and gentlemen.
an added bit of an obstacle for the drivers to get past the big Ford Transit sensational van.
First lap carnage coming your way here at Sensational TV, courtesy of the satellite van. And it's been hijacked, ladies and gentlemen. It is sitting on the grid, and it is in the way of the race. So we will be seeing what happens out of that final chicane for the first lap here. It's carnage. We got a MotoGP style grid here, and it is on like Donkey Kong here. We've got Falzon, Buttigieg, Cooper, Nathan, literally lying astern here for the start of the race. And for the rest of everyone, Tam, Fitness, Hughes, Mole, Bullock, Nielsen, Grant, McConnell, and Mr. Illick, Sarge Illick himself in from the 13th is just going to be carnage, I reckon, here off the start. Let's see what happens. The revs are up, ladies and gentlemen, and we are off and racing here at the Wednesday Cup. I don't know what's going to happen to the Sensational TV van, but it has been a dead even start here for Matthias Felden and Jake Buttigieg. But Jake Buttigieg is on the outside. He's on the unpreferred racing line here. Something's happened in the background already. Collisions everywhere at the moment. Cars are off in the background. Don't worry about that. Matthias Felden and Buttigieg going door to door here as we come down into the sweeping third turn here at Goodwood. Still flat stick here in a Renault Clio. These guys are giving inch by inch of no room whatsoever. I think Matthias Felsen is going to have the better run here as we get into the first sort of braking zone, and he's got that done, but Buttigieg's going around the outside, and he's going to take the first place here, ladies and gentlemen. What an absolutely cracking job he is. He's going to run wide. You know, he's gathered it up beautifully. That is fantastic stuff. We've got Aaron Bullock off in the background there. Now Jake Buttigieg is in front. Look out, Matthias Felsen has got Fabian Fitness and Cooper Nathan for company there too. He's going to have to look out for that. Look out, it is all happening here, but Jake Buttigieg has just blitzed away at the front here for the first lap. We've got Felsen, Fitness, Cooper Nathan, Tams, Grant, Hughes, Nielsen, McConnell, McFadden, and Sam Ellick for your top 11 at the moment. This is fantastic stuff. Looking like a bit of a suck here is trying to happen here between Felsen and Fitness. Fabian Fitness is our championship leader here, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to have to try and make his way through the field. He's in the podium positions already. Jumping that curb. Oh, Buttigieg and Felsen get sideways there into the first chicane. Buttigieg is going to lead the first lap here at Goodwood, Chris Munro. That was a absolutely sensationally clean opening lap in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah, it certainly was. It looks like everyone's taken the warnings and run with it, and that's good to see. There's a couple of people getting stuck at that death chicane at the end of the circuit, but that was to be expected whether they took it easy or not. It's very tight in between those two turns at the end of the circuit, but it's all happening down here. Nathan Hughes has got a fantastic starter. He's up to 7th position now, and he's hounding Lockie Grant here. He's going to actually have a little look up the inside. Whoa, now they're going to go side by side down this back little straight. There's a right hand and a little left hand bend to come, and Hughes will be on the inside, and he will just get that job done. Thank you very much. Lockie Grant gives him plenty of room as well. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. The timing tower playing some havoc. We're going to look down the field here. Mark Trenery on the back of Jason McFadden as we speak. Trenery on the back of Bullock it is, but I'm pretty sure that's not Bullock's livery. That might be a lapped car there, ladies and gents.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of server lag is all playing havoc here with our timing tower and people on track. Falzon and Fitness nearly came together again. Fitness is now all over the back here of Falzon in that suck sort of vicinity at the moment. Trying around the outside here is Fabian Fitness for second place over Matt Falzon. Our top qualifier is under pressure here from the championship leader. Fitness has gone off the circuit, and that is not going to be good. He's dropped 2 positions there at least, and that is going to allow the Major Marble and Cooper Nathan straight through into 3rd and 4th place. But no, that is completely gone. Cooper Nathan has spun, he's got collected, and he's been darted around the back of there. That is disaster for Cooper Nathan. My goodness gracious me, that's not where he wants to be. He's going to be in 11th by the time it's all over here. Oh, shattered for him. Jake Buttigieg is 4 seconds in the lead at the moment, but Cohen Tam, the Laser Marvel, is hounding the back of Fabian Fitness here, Chris Munro.
He certainly is. He's made his way through the field, just dodging a few of those errant cars, having little spins and moments in front of him, and now he's here ready to capitalise on any mistake that Fabian Fitness makes, and we've seen him just make a couple this evening, a couple in practice, couple in qualifying, and certainly there, a little bit of a sideways action. Look at the car control from Fitness, but that is not the fastest way to go around a corner when you're dead set right out sideways. He's certainly vulnerable here to Cohen Tam, who just darts up the inside, makes himself known. They're just a fanny hair away from an overlap there. And here goes Cohen Tam. There is certainly an overlap now. So they're going to be just about side by side for this little kink. And I'll tell you what, it's a right-hand turn down the bottom here. If Cohen Tam can pull up alongside, he's certainly a chance to have a little look here into the couple of final turns here. There goes Cohen Tam on the brakes, big time, just gets it pulled up. Fabian Fitness flings it around the outside, gets pushed wide off into the dust, but he manages to gather it up. Now he's vulnerable to Lockie Grant, who's coming up behind.
Oh, that was fantastic driving by everyone in Sundry. Look at that sort of stuff happening here. Lachlan Grant still giving him his all here in the Wednesday Cup in the Renault Clear. He's going to have another dart here around Fabian Fitness. My goodness gracious me. Look at this sort of stuff. He's gone for the wide entry and the shallow exit. That's going to give him some good momentum here. He's up side by side here with Fabian Fitness. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're on like Donkey Kong here. Lachlan Grant versus the fitness man, push-ups versus everyone else in the gym, and I think Lachlan Grant is going to get the reps out over Fabian Fitness here and get himself into 4th place as we come into the second braking zone here at Goodwood. But no, Fabian Fitness has just gone bang around the outside. That is confidence, ladies and gentlemen. I have not seen that much arrogance before here in Wednesday Cup, and Fabian Fitness just goes bang. Thank you very much. I'm going to be under the Malaysian Marvel here in 2 seconds, if you don't mind. What a drive. Oh, no, we've got the funeral director. No, Kyle McConnell is around in the background in 9th. There's 10th, 8th, 11th, whatever you want to call him. Fabian Fitness and Cohen Tam are now having a cracking battle here. Look at this. Fabian Fitness into 3rd, got around the Malaysian Marvel like he was nothing.
Yeah, absolutely. Just caught him napping there, and I was about to say the rear tyres of Fabian Fitness's Clio getting a fair workout. The way he's driving that thing is dead set, just back it in and using a fair bit of counter steer to keep the rear end in check. So he's certainly driving the wheels off this thing at the moment. And he was going backwards at the start of this race, but it seems to he seems to have gathered up his thoughts and is getting into a bit of a rhythm now as he puts about a 1 second gap on Tam. But here comes Lockie Grant as well. He's Cohen Tam caught napping out of that chicane, and there goes Lockie Grant up into the almost the podium positions there in 4th place.
looking like an absolute smoke signal, Himalaya style Chinese. What do you call it? The Chinese Whispers definitely been shown around the circuit here. Thank you much, Chris Munro. That's for sure. But I'll tell you what though, Ryan Nielsen, the funeral director here, is hunting the back of these guys here in 6th place. He's looking at all the carnage going, well, don't worry about the smoke signals, boys. I can see completely through them. Keep battling, and we will be on the tail of each other here after another couple of laps. 8 minutes still to go here. Plenty of time here for the funeral director to get up into the top 5. Cohen Tam will be a little bit rattled there, Chris Munro, after all that sort of action between himself, Fabian Fitness and Lachlan Grant. It's going to be interesting to see, but I'll tell you what, it's all a rate of attrition here, and I'll tell you, I think Nathan Hughes, Chris Munro, is finding himself fighting through the field here from 9th place at the moment. See if he can get on the back of Nick Mallow and Alex McEwen, because those two, Mr. DNQ and Mr. DNQ2 themselves, are 7th and 8th here already after only 4 laps of the race from the back of the grid, if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely cracking stuff from those guys. So as again, I'll say to the guys struggling with racecraft and how to get it done, it might not always be a how to do it. It's probably something more to strive to with a bit more practice. But go and watch how they do it in the replay from the back. And as I said, I wouldn't recommend doing it if you're new to the sim. These guys are seasoned professionals, and they have done as many overtakes as I've had hot dinners in my life. So here goes those two. They'll be making their way up the field all the night. Rocky Grant is about 4/10 off the back of Fabian Fitness at the moment, so all that sort of neutralised. Cooper Nathan's found his feet again, and he's back here in 13th, searching for a way through. He's got Jimmy Park in front of him, and from what I've seen, there's no easy way around Jim Park. He will make it difficult for you in any car on any circuit. So we just see Cooper Nathan just maybe the pressure got a bit too much for him there and just had a little excursion off into the dusk. There goes Nathan Hughes having an absolute shitter of a night. Yeah, he was up as far as 6th position at one point, but just compounding mistakes, and he's found himself back down the back, not where he wants to be at all. But
his windscreen has got more cracks than a nudist beach at the moment, Chris Munro. And the rear bumper has been bashed in more than a $2 prostitute. I'll give you the hot tip. And that is not good stuff there for Nathan Hughes, the poor bastard. What's happened to Ryan Nielsen? He's come a proper there in 7th place. That allows Alex McEwen to go straight through and take 6 off Ryan Nielsen there. That was not a forceful error. But, Alex McEwen's... that wasn't Alex McEwen. That was... someone else in the background there, a lap car getting out of the way and just parked himself on the side. And he's got collected again. And there's cars in the pits. Jimmy Park's gone straight into the pit lane there, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe for some damage, but I'm not too sure what is going on there. In the grand scheme of things, you just get everything here in the Wednesday Cup. I'll give you the hot tip, but those guys keeping it clean is Alex McEwen and Nick Mallow in 6th and 8th respectively here. Jake Buttigieg, Chris, still the fastest lap of the race, 1:27.329, a good 2/10 quicker than anyone else on the field. And he is flying away here, 5.5 seconds. This is what happens when you keep it clean and get yourself into a podium position or a lead position, but if you don't mind. And he has galloped away over Matt Felsen.
Certainly found the rhythm out there and is turning the screws by the turn. So good luck catching him, anyone, in this race at least. He's got as you said, 5.5 second gap to the field. So it's all over by the shouting for Jake Buttigieg, and that's the party will be just kicking off in the Buttigieg household. But down here, down the back, let's have a look at the back end of the field here. We've got Bullock, who's up behind Watere and Brian's cousin, has found himself back here right in the dead set thick of it. And William Bullock might be relation to James Bullock. It might be another a brotherly combo here down the back. But that battle is starting to fizzle out as fast as I could click to it. That's the trouble clicking on these ones down here. But here you go. Here goes Will Bullock. He's got Jason McFadden in his sights.
He's got the run.
Yeah, he's got the run as well. We're going to try and get that top view. Here we go. They are almost side by side, maybe about 3/4 overlap as they come down this back straight. Jason McFadden cannot defend this at the moment because he has got that hole absolutely plugged up, has Will Bullock, and he gets on the brakes very nicely and just slides up to 20th position. Thank you very much. Jason McFadden struggling from what we've seen in past Wednesday Cups and certainly in the V8 Supercars. He's got a lot more to give out here on the track.
Oh, absolutely. I cannot agree anymore. But the Bullock man, I reckon that's Sandra's love child, I reckon. And he's doing not a bad job. He's going to come over the back here of Nick Rodder, I reckon. He's going to take Nick Rodder's position if he can. He's going to try it on the grass, Sebastian Vettel style. So it doesn't get that job done. Unfortunately, now he's made himself vulnerable here at the moment to Brian's cousin. Brian's cousin's going to go around the outside and they're running out. Renault there for sure, but the heavy braking point coming up here at the moment. Who's going to get the run on here for 20th and 21st position? It's going to be Sandra's love child, that's for sure, and gets it back 20th place back off Brian's cousin. Let's focus now, I think, Chris Munro, to the top 10, and let's go to Nielsen versus Bullock versus, Nielsen and Bullock, because those two are having a good crack. The brother of Will Bullock is in 9th, and Nielsen, the funeral director, in 8th. He's under a bit of pressure here at the moment. Looking in his mirrors, that gold Renault of James Bullock is looking very feisty at the moment and very understeer. Planting that throttle is James Bullock behind him. And now there is a bit of a rate of attrition here. Could be a bit of a suck coming up here for Ryan Nielsen in the suck department, and it's not in his favour at the moment because here comes James Bullock. He's trying to get all over the back end and try to go around the outside trailer park girl style, thinks wiser of it, and says, no, I'll go for you the next one with the shallow exit. And he's got that run again. That's the way to do it around here at Goodwood, ladies and gentlemen. You got to get that job done because here he is. He's going around the outside here. Is James Bullock, and he's got that place nearly done. He's just sort of finished him off. No, he hasn't. Nearly on the rear bumper there. It's going to be another lap to go, I reckon, here before these guys come together. But a cracking battle here, and good driving by the both of them. I'm giving the hot tip, very clean and very man. Here he goes around the outside. There's Bullock, go, and he's trying to get that job done. He's trying to get the outside line here into another braking zone. He's just got on the grass a little bit here, side by side. Coming into the left-hander, and Bullock's just gone straight around the outside on Ryan Nielsen. That is some brave driving and fantastic stuff there by him, and takes 7th place.
Yeah, fantastic stuff from both of those guys. A long-winded effort, but there goes Bullock off the track. He's going to be vulnerable now to Nielsen, who's going to return the favour. Ducks across to the inside to make sure he has that inside line for these run of right-hand turns. And gee whiz, Bullock squeezes him right up to the white line. And Nielsen doing the fucking fantastic job there of just getting out of the throttle. Knew what was going to happen if he kept it planted, and has stayed pointing the right direction. And now can just recover and recoup the losses and make another move at Bullock down the end of this long straight.
Oh, fantastic racing by the both of these gents. It's been super stuff to watch. Absolutely loving it. Smoke signals everywhere, Chinese whispers, whatever you want to call them. These Renaults are sending those smoke signals. And that is a lap car in front of... Oh, no, that is Nick Mello. That is Nick Mello, ladies and gentlemen. He has come a proper unforced error from him, Chris Munro, with 28 seconds to go in this race. Not where he wants to be and what he would want to do generally. Very a clean racer and very consistent as Nick Mello, but doesn't matter because Nielsen is now into 7th and Bullock is into 6th place. They've been promoted by an unforced error by Nick Mello. That is fantastic for the both of them. Don't mind, ladies and gentlemen, the next race coming up is a reverse top 12 grid, so look out for that. But these guys here racing at a rate of knots here and coming up on some lap traffic, that's going to be interesting. What's going to happen here to the funeral director and Sandra's love child there? The Bullock man has gone off the track. His tyres are going to be dirty. Nielsen's going to have a whole shot here and take psychological advantage. He's gone around the outside here, ladies and gentlemen. He's got the whole shot here on James Bullock. Nielsen, the funeral director, has just dug Sandra Bullock's love child 6 feet underground and said, thank you very much for 6th place.
Yeah, never mind the 50-mile-an-hour speed limit. He's been watching too many Keanu Reeves movies there, has Bullock, and Nielsen just goes bang around the outside and says thank you very much for the rabbits. Nick Mello's found his way back onto the circuit as well, so he's hounding the back of these guys. They got Cooper Nathan and Alex McEwen getting right involved as well. This is going to turn into a little 5-way shuffle in absolutely no time if these guys keep getting around to it. But I tell you what, we are almost at the end of this first race. We actually cut the timer is down to 0. I'm just going to keep an eye on where Jake Buttigieg is in terms of racing. He's down to the last couple of turns, so we're going to give him some love. Jake Buttigieg, this might be his first win here in the Wednesday Cup this season, and it's absolutely well deserved. He's gapped the field, was by about 5 seconds, but he's obviously taken the foot off the gas, and he wins race 1 by about 2.5 seconds to Matt Falzon. But that's an absolutely cracking drive there from Jake Buttigieg. Got the whole shot from the start and led from pole to pole. Thank you very much, he says. And the celebratory burnouts commence with Matty Falzon there in second place. Lachlan Grant crossing the line now for third. In a lonely little race was Lachlan Grant. We didn't really call much of him, but he snuck under the radar up there into the podium positions. Fabian Fitness making up some good points there in that race as well. So he'll be still holding on to the top of the ladder. Don't you worry about that. James Bullock across the line in 5th. Again, great drive from him.
Great drive.
Yeah, and Nielsen as well. Those guys were locked nose to tail pretty much for most of it and kept it straight and kept it mean, kept it tight. There we go. And kept it in 5th and 6th position. Nick Mello from the back up there in 7th. Absolutely cracking stuff as always. Cooper Nathan, again, just found himself in a little bit of a trouble, maybe a bit of an unforced error early in that race, but the recovery drive was on. And he's made it up there into the top 10 with Alex McEwen not far behind. And Sam Dooley will start from pole position in race 2.
Yeah, fantastic driver. McConnell in 11th on the controller. So not bad from McConnell. I'm pretty sure he's on a controller.
I don't think he is. No, it's
he's not. Okay, well, so I've just called him wrong. Nathan Hughes, rate of attrition there for him. Unfortunately, was up in 6th, found himself double that amount back on the grid in 12th. Cohen Tam, a Malaysian Marvel. I'm not sure what happened to him, Chris. He was sitting pretty in 6th. And got punted off the circuit there, just in the background between that battle of Nielsen and Bullock. Not sure what happened to him. Hopefully that wasn't anything of a nefarious type. The Underground Mammal, 14th. And the Corporal himself, Sarge Ellick, top 15. Trennery, 16th. Mitchell Cole in 17th. Brian's cousin in 18th. Nathan, Mr. Waterboy himself in 19th. And Jimmy Park rounds out your top 20 for here. And we've still got more to go. We've got Clements, Rotto, Longley, Bullock, Trigglebank, Armstrong, if you don't mind, for your 26th place, and the grid keeps going back, but I cannot get it up on my screen here. Chris Munro, help me out here, son.
Now I'm going to have to go to the starting line there. That's Trigglebank in 25th, David Armstrong 26th, Tommy the body comb, the hairstylist there in 27th. The hairbrush. If you've got back hair, he's the man to see. Kartik Kumar there in 28th. Jeffrey Tan in 29th. Brody Barber coming across the line 30th. Jack Reynolds, Hayden Cook. I think, actually, no, that's it. Jack Reynolds is the last one to cross the line there in 31st position. Gee whiz, what a race. I was pretty impressed with the driving standards this time around.
Not too shabby at all for all of our gentlemen racers out there. Congratulations, but we are maybe in a holding pattern here as much as a 747 with low fuel is flying over the Pacific at the moment, waiting to land, because race 2, ladies and gentlemen, from last week, if you remember, was an absolute shitstorm in the racing standards department. So let's hope the holding pattern does not continue for race 2 here, coming your way here at Sensational TV and AK Racing. Speaking of which, Chris Munro, it's going to be absolutely on like Donkey Kong here. Cannot wait for race 2 coming up. We've got a top 10 reverse grid coming your way, ladies and gentlemen. 16 minutes of racing and then another race to go after that. So stick around, go and refill your condiments, get your Canara fired up if it isn't done already, and maybe a hot bag and some popcorn. And we will be back here at Sensational TV for race 2 of the AK Racing Wednesday Cup here in just a hot second.
Strengths grown over time apart, tender with each other's hearts, toddlers stumbling, tantrums thrown, giggling joyous for all we've known, getting sunburned She said, what's the context? He said, how's the job prospects? Well, my benefits are late. I begin to ruminate. Nothing feels the same anymore. I get in this state where I begin to contemplate. Wasn't this worth fighting for? Our world, our
There's a calm about you, girl. You hold a gracious voice. Though I've never seen you before, but there's something in your voice. If I knew you better, I'd be knocking at your door. I wouldn't wait a second more. Shouldn't have left you on these terms, but you made me a little coy. You're to me the seem to turn me back into
back on track, ladies and gentlemen. The Gremlins have made their way into the back end of our systems here in Sensational TV and in AK Racing. So
Not just a movie, the old Gremlins.
yeah, someone's fed them after midnight or tipped water on them, or what was the other rule in the Gremlins? Can't
tell you.
remember. At least I got 2 out of 3, I'm pretty sure. But or maybe it was just the 2 rules.
Well, in the wise words of Metallica, Chris, 2 out of not Metallica, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Who the hell's that?
It's not Billy Joel. That's a common misconception. It
isn't. It isn't Billy.
It's some no name, I'm sure.
Doesn't matter.
One hit wonder. But 2 out of 3 is it Meatloaf?
Meatloaf, that's it.
There you go.
That's it. Metallica, Meatloaf, I them, right?
Same deal. 50 years ago, in the music department. But Sam Dooley, in the meantime, we digress. Sam Dooley is off the pole position, and joining him on the front row is McEwen and Cooper Nathan. They're in the Rangiart number 37. Behind them, it's looks like Nick Mello and Ryan Nielsen. Or is that Fabian Fitness? No, it is Ryan Nielsen. James Bullock Fitness behind them with Grant Falzon and Co going all the way back to the 30 car odd here in the Wednesday Cup. We've got 15 seconds to go before we kick it off here for the first of the reverse grids of the evening. This is where it all went to shit last week, so with, the boys have been told many a time, so it's all up to them. We got 5, 6 lights on, and we are just about ready for a start. Here we go. We're off in race 2. And Nick Mello's got a pretty good start off the second row, but the top 3 are absolutely dead neck and neck here. Who's going to yield? It's the Cooper Nathan on the outside, just weaving a little bit, looking for the inside line. Nick Mello's car's there. You can't go through because that line is blocked. But look at that. McEwen's out and he's off and racing. He's dead set out. But look at this second little battle pack. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. Lockie Grant just pushing. I think that's Ryan Nelson off the track there. He might have to deal with the stewards after the race. And Ryan Nelson just gets a nice little rejoin there as he loses about 4 or 5 positions. Back behind him, they all slot into single file, and it's a really nice start, Zach O'Reilly, from the field.
Yeah, very good job by everyone in Sundry so far. It is very, very tight here. Don't you worry about that. From basically 12th down to 1st, it's all on. Oh, maybe 2nd, because Alex McEwen's just galloped away. Oh, no, there's a car off on the side there. That is Sam Dooley. He is run completely wide by himself there. He's going to drop back some shocking positional changes there for sure, but no, racing is still going on here at the moment. Nick Mello already in 3rd, Cooper Nathan in 2nd as well. And behind them, Fabian Fitness, Bullock, Grant, Buttigieg, Falzon, you name it. They're all sitting there. They've got 3-way battles here everywhere for lap 1 of race 2. Oh, no, there's cars all behind. That is very, very bad for Ashton Clements. And Kyle McConnell has also come a proper there too. And that is not good in the racing standards. And now we've got more carnage here through the second
That's a terrible
airpit.
rejoin. Nah, Clements can't do that. He's just come out on track in front of everyone there. You got to wait your turn, Ashton. And yeah, that's no good. Let's get away from the back of the field because it's all happening down there. Jake Buttigieg up behind Nick Mello for the time being.
Oh, look at this. These guys are having an absolute rip snorter of a battle here. Buttigieg is having a good crack. Nick Mello has found himself in 5th place here, though he lost a couple of positions there. He was in 3rd, and now he's in 5th. So look out. He will be hot on the collar there. Will Nick Mello look out between these 4 colours battling, sending smoke signals everywhere. Chinese whispers are going absolutely crazy here. Matt Falzon's just got overtaken by Jason McFadden for 8th place, if you don't mind. So Brian's cousin on a charge here. He is now a 2-time millionaire at the moment, is Jason McFadden, and looking like he wants to be up into the top 10 to get some money in his bank account. Bit on the skinny side for the last couple of weeks has Brian's cousin been, and it's all happening here. They've all just petered out a little bit for late lap 2 here coming up at the moment in the top 10. It's all happening at the back. Waterboy's completely gone off. Chris Munro. Trennery's made himself into 16th place. Matt Falzon and McFadden are replacing each other here for 7th and 8th at the moment. Now it's 8th and 9th. Because Lachlan Grant's gone straight through them all and said, thank you, mother, for the rabbits. That is Nick Mello off the field again, and he's going to get taken by Lachlan Grant. An unforced error there by Nick Mello, and not very, very good for him at the moment. He cannot find his rim in here for Nick Mello, but his compatriot out in front, Alex McEwen, has galloped away to 1.6 seconds.
Yeah, he'll be counting his chooks there out the front, but Nick Mello a little bit hot under the collar back there in 7th position, maybe a little bit undercooked in the practice department. Even the best have to practice in this league. I'll give you the hot tip. Otherwise, you find yourself just making little mistakes here and there, and that leaves the door open. And speaking of which, the door is open for Matt Falzon, and he just slides up the inside of Nick Mello as well. So Nick Mello just hasn't quite found his rhythm yet here in race 2, but I expect him to do so in pretty quick succession. Usually, as this guy, it doesn't take too long to figure out the limits of the track. Jake Buttigieg and Fabian Fitness are now getting stuck into each other.
Oh, absolutely fantastic battling. And watching the timing tower at the back, Chris, go absolutely wild because McFadden and Nick Mole have gone sliding off the circuit and they've gone straight down the field. It looked like two penguins getting off route and falling down an ice glacier there in the wrong way. But nonetheless, look at these two at the front. Jake Buttigieg is all over the back here of Fabian Fitness, about 3/10 between them. They're having a good crack. Their race winner from race 1 is in 5th place, starting from 10th. So, bit of work to be done for Buttigieg, the Australian Army Corporal, but he will find himself back up there, I'm sure, with everything and sundry happening in front of him. There is a clean guys in front, so hard racing coming our way here at Sensational TV. Matt Falzon, our top qualifier, struggling at the moment in 7th place and looking on the back here of Lachlan Grant to see what he can do to make a positional change there in the fair dinkum department. But he's not going to be looking forward too long because he's got an angry Nick Mello right behind him. And this is a 3-way battle coming up here, ladies and gentlemen. 3-way suckage, if you don't mind. The ladies of the night will be getting very jealous here. And here comes Matt Falzon, the Greek god himself, up the inside here. He's going to try and take Lachlan Grant here for position under braking. Is Lachlan Grant going to be brave? No, he's not. Straight under goes Matthias Falzon. Nick Mello has gone straight around the outside as well, trying to get it in, but they're side by side here, too wide coming in. Oh, my goodness gracious me, it's all happening. This is fantastic racing. Nick Mello now wanted to get in on the party here and make it a threesome. And I'll tell you what, he's pegging at the back at the moment is Nick Mello, but trying not to get too deep at the moment, just teasing a little bit is Nick Mello. Matthias Falzon still on the lead of this little pack here for 6th, 7th and 8th, Chris Munro. It's all happening here coming into the chicane. Look out. It's going to be on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, absolutely kicking off. Lockie Grant just ducking up to the outside there, and Matt Falzon. Nick Mello just searching for a way through. This track just not wide enough for 3 cars of this description to try and fit through. So he's just darting from left to right, trying to find a way through. And there is no way to go too wide through this last little chicane. So he just pops in behind Falzon and just counts his chooks and tries to figure out a way how he can pick off these 2 guys and make his way up the field. But it's all holding stations here at the time being. Lockie Grant doing a great job there out in front, just starting to gap a little bit to Falzon as well. There goes a mistake from Falzon. Oh, he hits the fence hard. That's the end of that little battle. But that also releases Nick Mello. But he's had to get on the anchors pretty heavily with Falzon jumping off the track there. So he's actually got himself a fair bit of a gap there to Lockie Grant in front. So that has fizzled out indeed. We're on Tam watch back there. Cohen Tam's made his way up to 16th after being unfairly placed down there in 24th thanks to the server doing funny things. But we'll keep one eye on him and see how he goes. Jake Buttigieg, however, is found himself up behind Fabian Fitness now, and this is a dead set battle for the ages, a dead set battle for the podium place.
The gym junkie versus the calisthenics, and the calisthenics is one at the moment. Look at this around the outside for Jake Buttigieg in the Army, but Fabian Fitness gone straight back under him and said, "No, I'm keeping that 3rd place." Fabian's lost it. Fabian has lost it and into the grass, and Jake Buttigieg's in 3rd place. Fitness is going to drop a hell of a lot of positions. He's going to have to be careful there because, oh no, Lachlan Grant and him have come together, and that is dead set in the fair dinkum department and not a way to go around the chicane. They've somehow made it out without bottling each other into oblivion. And Lachlan Grant is in 5th place with Fabian Fitness, an angry driver behind him with that unforced error. He'll be spewing at the moment. to maybe get a positional change there at the moment with Fabian Fitness. He's just failed his 1 rep max and wanted to get back on the horse with the 10 kilo weight buffer here. And he's weaving left and right and upside down. He's got the headlights going on here on poor old Lachlan Grant. He'll be looking in the mirror going, shit, where's that black Renault coming at me? Around the outside it is at the moment, trailer park girl style. Fabian Fitness very strong around the braking section here, and he's sent it straight around the outside, harder than Australian Post Express parcel, but it hasn't worked at the moment because Lachlan Grant's gone sideways, and that's going to promote Fabian Fitness around the outside here. These are going to go another crack here coming into the left-hander coming your way, ladies and gentlemen, but Fabian Fitness just ducks in behind and thinks better of it, and is going to try and get that shallow exit, which gives him the run because Nick Mallow is now all over the back of these three again. Oh my goodness gracious me, it's all happening here. We have got 3 cars coming in to a fast left-hander coming up. What is going to happen between these two? Fabian Fitness is side by side. We're coming into the final section of the race circuit here. Nick Mallow still diving and weaving like he was 2 laps ago, trying to get his way around these guys. Fabian Fitness has got into 5th. Lachlan Grant's into 6th now. And Nick Mallow is going to try and pick up any crumbs that come from this. Clean around this section of the track. Darting to the inside goes Fabian Fitness, defensive on Lachlan Grant. Nick Mallow looking at these guys going, holy mackerel, I'm in trouble here.
Yeah, no way through for Nick Mallow. He's found himself, it's dead set Groundhog Day here for Nick Mallow. He's found himself behind 2 more people battling hard and just nowhere to go. You can tell Nick Mallow does have the pace when he puts it all together, and he's starting to get into his rhythm. But I tell you what, these 2 guys battling in front of him have certainly knocked him off his rhythm because you can see the pace he's got. He's got a fantastic exit down here. He's just making up lengths down these straights with a bit of double suck action. As I say that, he dips 2 wheels off, but uses all the track and a bit more of it as well. But that's fine with Nick Mallow in those stakes. But here he goes. It looks like Fabian Fitness now just putting a little bit of gap on. There he goes off the track. No. He's gone. He's done it again. As soon as I say that, he's out. And there goes Nick Mallow. Gets a little bit of a 2 for 1. Thank you very much. That's a good deal in anyone's books, and he'll take that all day up to 5th position.
Hey, there we go. Rate of attrition comes to a proper here for Nick Mallow. He knew something was brewing there and it was only going to be a matter of time. And that is exactly what happened there. So Nick Mallow into the top 5, if you don't mind. He's got 5 seconds between himself and Sandra Bullock's love child there in James Bullock. So bit of gapping to be had here. He's got some lap markers coming up in front of him. Let's go back down the field because Matt Falzon and Ryan Nielsen here are having an absolute rip-snorting of a battle, Chris Munro. Matthias, the Greek god himself, on the funeral director here, trying to get something happening, and all this carnage is happening in front of them. The blue flags are in trouble here. Get the hell out of the way. Gone around the inside. Oh, my goodness. Ryan Nielsen, the funeral director, counting his lucky stars, but I think he's going to lose 7th place here, and he's going to be demoted back down to 8th, and there's another blue flag in front of him. Oh, no, that's Lachlan Grant in front. Now getting all clammy under that helmet. I'll give you the hot tip because you can see these 2 guys battling hammer and tong behind him, and he's thinking, shit, I'm going to lose 6th, 7th and 8th here if I'm not careful. And we could be on for a 3-way battle here with 4 minutes and 57 seconds to go.
Yeah, a little bit of a 3-way in the Renault is always a good thing. I think Lachlan Grant just coming a bit of a gutser there in that final chicane and blocking the way for the 2 blue flags that were behind him. Look at Grant right out sideways there, but just blocking the way and pretty much leaving himself vulnerable now to Matt Falzon, who's closing in at a rate of knots. His car off this track there. I think it's another blue flag getting out of the way nicely. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, that cough is back, and I'll tell you what, who else is back? It's Matthias Falzon hounding the back of that number 46. Just pulls out of the slipstream now, looks down the outside. It's probably on the wrong side of the track, though he does have better traction down there in the braking zone. Just sails it around the outside, easy as you like. And that's Falzon up to the 6th position. Thank you very much.
That was Black Pearl-esque. If you're a Pirates of the Caribbean fan, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about there. Matthias Falzon just sail around the outside quicker than any boat in the Pacific Ocean or the Caribbean, if you don't mind. But it is all racing between these 2 because here comes Lachlan Grant once again around the outside. 6th and 7th is on property here tonight. Chris Munro, I'll give you the hot tip. Looking at everyone having a good crack around the outside. He's got it done as Lachlan Grant. That is some brave driving there from himself. And I'll tell you what, he's taking no prisoners tonight as Lachlan Grant. This is what happens when you get some clean air. Blue flags getting out of the way, more cracks than the nudist beach and the windscreen of that car that they just passed here. But look out, pressure is on again at the rear end for Lachlan Grant, I hope he likes to be pegged, Chris Munro, because, geez Louise, it's all happening here for the both of them. But it's going to be one of those rate of attrition things. I have a feeling that is the corner of the night. And Fabian Fitness has gone off again in the background there, Chris Munro. He has completely lost it. He's out in the bunda. He's out in the bunda, that's for sure. And another car, 3 cars all in a row, gone completely wide there. But anyway, Felsen versus Lachlan Grant. This is a cracking battle between the two of these guys, not giving each other an inch, and their strength and weaknesses across the racetrack is coming to light here for all of our viewers. This is exciting racing, clean, hard racing between Felsen and Grant. Love to see this sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's what you want to see here on Sensational TV, ladies and gents. And if you do like what you see, give yourself a little bit of a subscribe, or give us a little bit of a subscribe. Hit that bell, hit that like button if you do like what you see. And that supports the channel, and we know you love us out there, so why not get involved in that? But in the meantime, Felsen's just gapped Lockie Grant in that final sector as well, so that's pretty much a 1 second lead here with 2 minutes to go. That's great stuff there from Felsen. So he'll be eyes forward now for the time being, trying to just keep up with Nick Mello. Tell you what, Cohen Tams just had a bit of a guts there. He's come off the track, but here he is down in 16th position. He's got a 10-second gap to Kumar, who's made his way back into the server after having a little bit of a troubled time in the first race. Looking for some more battles, and here it is. Sam Dooley, Ollie Longley, and Fitness has made his way back out on track. So this is a nice little three-way battle here, heating up. Fitness absolutely sending it around the outside of Sam Dooley. Geez, he's not mucking around now. Really driving the wheels off it. He's got Ollie Longley in his sights, or is that Nick Mole? That is Nick Mole. He's might be a lap down, maybe. No, there goes Fitness.
Nick
around
Mole's
the,
in 12th.
Yeah, there goes Fitness. No, it's not the Freddo car. It just looked the same with the similar colours. That is Ollie Longley. So here goes Fitness on an absolute charge at the moment, getting through the guys around the fringe of the top 10. And but it's not going to be enough. I don't think it's going to be enough to reclaim where he was on track, because that's a fair gap up there to where he was battling with Lockie Grant earlier on. 56 seconds to go. Alex McEwen with I've just seen the chat there. Scott McEwen, Alex's dad, has told us it's the S-Cargo livery.
S-Cargo, yes, I'm liking it. I'm liking the S-Cargo livery.
Alex McEwen with the 1 million IQ livery Easter egg. It's gone under the radar. It's till round 4. Before it needed to be spelt out for us Nimwits here in the commentary box. But there you go. That's the S-Cargo. Very good, Alex McEwen. Clap, clap, clap to you. We're on the last lap now, ladies and gentlemen. 15 seconds to go. Alex McEwen's done an absolute great job. He did start from the start, mind you. Had an absolutely cracking get off the line. So he has absolutely led this race from pole to pole. He rounds the final couple of turns now. He's going to go through the final chicane. A race 2 winner. Here he is, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a little while since he joined the winner's circle, but here he comes. He's back with a vengeance as Alex McEwen takes the win in race 2 this evening.
Well done to Alex McEwen, back where he wants to be. I'll give you the hot tip. 7.5 seconds, 8.8 seconds, 9.3 seconds, if you don't mind, between himself and the leader. 10 seconds nearly for Buttigieg, race winner from race 1 in Buttigieg, finds himself in second, so he's on for a round win tonight if something disastrous happens. James Bullock, though, how about that? Third place for him. Got a cracking drive by Sandra's love child. Cooper Nathan in 4th. Very, very good stuff. Just missed out on the podium there by himself by 1 position. Nick Mello, I guess Mr. DNQ himself, is sitting there in 5th after all the rates of attrition that he went through. He managed to find himself in 5th place. Matt Felsen and Lachlan Grant in 6th and 7th respectively. Funeral director in 8th. Brian's cousin is a millionaire, ladies and gentlemen, tonight. Top 10 finish for him. And Fabian Fitness, unforced errors by him, and find himself back down in 10th. Our season leader at this point of time in the points department. Not happy with 10th place. I'll give you the hot tip after some unforced errors there. Ollie Longley in 11th, Nick Mole in 12th, Jimmy Park in 13th, Mr. Dilmar himself in 14th, Hooley Dooley in 15th. The Caucasian Conqueror found himself in 24th place and has managed to get himself into 16th. And the front-end loader in 17th, Trennery in 18th, Clement in 19th, and the rapper, J. Cole, in Mitchell Cole in 20th.
Absolutely. Watere there in 21st, Rodder in 22nd, Illich 23rd, Benny Barber, Brody Barber, should I say, there in 24th. Tommy Bodycomb, if you've got body hair, he's the man to go and get the knots out.
The
there
human
in the
brush.
number 7, the human brush there for 25th position. We're going to have to go to the off-track thing to get to Nathan Hughes in 26. He's having an absolute Barry Crocker tonight. 27th is the power broker, Lee Tricklebank. Jeffrey Tan there in 28th. He's certainly on the dark end of the scale, if you don't mind. William Bullock there in 30th. Oh, I'm a dickhead. 30th is David Armstrong. 31st, Jack Reynolds did not compete in that final race. What a cracker. We had a bit of everything. Certainly a lot of battling and maybe a few things for the stewards to go over. But overall, I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah, not too bad at the in the front 15 of the grid. And anything from back there is up to the stewards to make a call on that post around. I'll give you the hot tip because there was cars going off, right, left, right and centre, upside down, whatever you want. But a fantastic finish for our top 10 at the moment. That is a cracking drive from Alex McEwen. 10 seconds over Jake Buttigieg, if you don't mind, by the time he crossed the line. So a cracking drive there. And we will see what's going to happen because don't you worry about it, ladies and gentlemen. 17 minutes for race 3 coming your way here for the final race of the evening here at Goodwood and Wednesday Cup here on Sensational TV. Top 12 reverse grid. So anyone from 12th, it's going to be Nick Mull, who is on pole with Ollie Longley and Fabian Fitness all line astern here because it is a 3-way front row grid here for the start. So get your hats on, maybe get your fan flags waving for all your cousins, your brothers, your sons, your daughters, whatever you want here at Sensational TV Racing tonight at AK Racing because race 3 is not too far away. We will be back here at Sensational TV in just a few seconds.
The party got drunk and the party got loose at the party. Got kissed and the party got fingered and the party got down at the party. Got hit and the party got pissed and the party did a shit at the party. Got up and the party broke down and the party got kicked out of the party. Oh, yeah, yeah. High drunk race. Oh, yeah, yeah. Got high in the show, got drunk in the show, got loose in the show. I lost in the show, got sloshed in the show, got crashed in the show. Got booze in the show, got bruised in the show, got abused in the show. Got up in the show, freaked out in the show, got kicked out of the show. Oh, yeah, yeah. High drunk loose. Oh, yeah, yeah. High drunk loose. High drunk loose.
We're back on track, ladies and gents. It's starting to spice up now. We've got the top 12 reverse grid from the previous event. So that will be Ryan Nielsen on pole position with Jason McFadden beside him, and Nick Mello finally getting a run off the front of the grid, and I reckon he's going to take that with both hands, ladies and gents. He's been pretty much one of the actually no, he's not.
No.
What am I looking at?
We got the underground mammal off pole, Ollie Longley next to him, and Fabian Fitness right next to him as well. So 3-way off the front row, 2 behind in McFadden and Nielsen. Then Lachlan Grant, Falzon and Nick Mello all side by side with Cooper Nathan and James Bullock rounding out your top 10 to start. Bit of communicational error on the server there for poor old Chris Munro. He got classically stitched up by Assetto Corsa there. Don't you worry about that. But what have we got in the chat? Give us your predictions for race 3 coming up, because I'll tell you what, Fabian Fitness will probably be on a marching order here at the moment. If he cannot produce a PB deadlift tonight here in race 3, which is a P1, he will be dead set hitting the bicycle, I reckon, for the next 3 weeks to get that cardio back, Chris Munro.
Yeah, a few little push-ups for himself, a few reps, so to speak.
Oh, yeah.
That's not too bad. Get the pec muscles happening. They're quite handy in the sim as well. The fine little muscle movements. Not that I would know anything about that or
Short
fitness
twitch fibers,
in
ladies and
general.
gentlemen.
No, just had a natural talent for it, so it didn't have to get into the gym too much, thankfully.
Absolutely bulked by nature is Chris Munro, ladies and gentlemen. You can see him on the stream at the start of every event. He is just as thick as Arnold Schwarzenegger, and one day he will get to the cutting stage and just crash diet his way into shreddedness and on the tea and just boiled chicken, I reckon, for about 8 weeks, and Chris Munro will come back an unrecognisable human being, if you don't mind.
We'll see about that.
I reckon he will. The only gym he knows is the guy sitting next to him at the pub after every uni session. I'll give you the hot tip.
Absolutely.
And Chris Munro, take it away. I'll stop talking shit.
It was close to a gym and tonic, we'll say that.
Classic dad jokes.
I'll have that. Yeah, it's all happening here. Scotty's got me in the mood for him. I'll see what we can have here. Good to watch, but can't wait for Bathurst, says Ronald Marshalls. Absolutely, we are fanging for it this weekend, ladies and gents. The Bathurst 4 hour is coming at you here on Sensational TV. The big V8's going roaring around the mountain for 4 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Who doesn't want a bit of that action? I tell you what, that is shaping up to be an absolutely cracking event with about 25 cars on the grid so far, with probably a couple more to be joining them. So that's something to watch out for. Get your notifications on, because that'll happen. I'll tell you what else is happening. It's race 3 and we're about to kick off here. And it is a pretty even start. But I'll tell you what, Nick Mole in the middle, well, that's Ollie Longley, should I say, gets an absolutely belting start. He will lead this race with Longley Fitness and McFadden fighting out for the remaining podium positions there. A little bit of server lag, that's unfortunate. But it seems everyone gets through the first turn mostly unscathed. There's not a lot of track position here for these guys, but holy moly, look at them here coming down into that second lot of turns, and there's cars going 3 wide, 4 wide everywhere. Jason McFadden losing out just there at the start. Nick Mello's getting up the inside of him, and here goes Fitness to the race lead. That is our new race leader. There is Fabian Fitness. Ollie Longley is going to try and go with him as fast as he can, or as far as he can. But I tell you what, Nick Mello giving him the right roll hurry up. Lockie Grant's found himself down in 8th position, right in the thick of it there. He's got cars up his arse. He's up another car's arse. It's a dead set human centipede back there in 7th, 8th and 9th position. Buttigieg trying to find a way through as well. James Bullock there in 11th position, and he's got Nielsen in front of him. It looks like Grant's just lost that position to Buttigieg. Geez, he's on fire tonight, Jake Buttigieg. He's having an absolute cracking round so far. Looking up the front though, Fabian Fitness is out, and he's got himself about a second lead to Ollie Longley.
Yeah, fantastic drive from Fabian. We heard what we were saying. He said, bugger that, I'm not on the bicycle for the next couple of weeks. I'll give you the hot tip. Ollie Longley, a cork in the bottle. Oh no, Nick Mello's gone. He's hit the inside and he's gone completely wide, and that is a rate of attrition. He's going to fall back into 10th place by the time this has all happened, I reckon. But Cooper Nathan and McFadden switching places, the two Rangier gentlemen having a good inter-team battle here. And Cooper Nathan's come out on top of that. Matt Felsen has got around the underground mammal in Nick Mull for 5th place. And looks like it's all happening here in that sort of battle pack here. Nick Mull would be shattered at the moment for what he was. He was starting off the front row and finds himself in 6th. And he's just about to lose that position, I reckon, to Jake Buttigieg, who is on fire here at the moment. Look at these guys have a crack around the outside, up the inside. Jake Buttigieg's gone bang. Thank you very much. 6th place for me. And here comes Lachlan Grant too. Not to count that gentleman out either. He was hunting down everyone in 5th, 6th and 7th place for the last race too for the evening. So he is a very racy boy tonight. Look at the front here. McFadden, Felsen. Oh, geez Louise, they're having a good crack. Cooper Nathan has just got past them all, and now he's going to cut off the nose of poor old McFadden. Geez Louise, McFadden and Felsen nearly touched there, Chris Munro. That was some fantastic avoidance there by everyone, but Jake Buttigeg's gone around the outside of them all. 3 wide, if you don't mind, here at Goodwood. This is not going to end pretty, I'll give you the hot tip. What is going to happen between the 3 of these guys here? They are 2 wide now, 2.5 cars wide. Jake Buttigeg's going to take 1. He's going to take 2 positions here if he can. Oh, no! Off in the background goes James Bullock. He has gone a proper. He's off wide. That is a disaster there. But Jake Buttigieg has got into 3rd place and said, thank you very much. I'm taking 3rd place in the chicane, if you don't mind. That is some absolute cigarette paper, bee's dick, bee's foreskin, whatever you want to call it. That was some fantastic driving. Felsen's going to have to settle for 4th with McFadden now all over the back of him, having a good crack. And Lachlan Grant versus Nick Mull. Lachlan Grant's won that battle.
Yeah, what a sight to behold, seeing all these little Cleos just sort of converge into a single stream as they go through the chicane of death that I've been calling it. And they sort themselves out as the positions now, with Fabian Fitness out to a formidable lead, 3.2 seconds after 2 laps. Thank you very much. Jake Buttigieg, though, giving Ollie Longley a bit of a scare here. He's coming up behind him at a rate of knots, and he's got this absolute gaggle of cars that are all within a second of each other, as you can see on the screen. We'll see that there. That trail goes down to about 11th position, which is down to where Alex McEwen is. And we're riding on board with him, looking at his front windscreen and see what he can see. And it's just a dead set snake of little front wheel drive Renaults in front of him. He's just going to try and pick them off one by one as he goes down the back straight here. But I'll tell you what, there goes Buttigieg up in front of Ollie Longley into the braking zone.
Got him.
Really nicely done there. Buttigieg on a charge, and he's still in touch with the lead there of Fabian Fitness. So there's plenty of time to go in this race for him to have a little bit of a say over who's going to take the victory here in race 3.
Yeah, cracking drive here from Jake Buttigieg all night. He's been on like Donkey Kong, the 1st to 2nd, and now he's in 2nd for race 3 coming up your way. So he's going to take the round win by an absolute long shot here. But I'll tell you what, Chris Munro, it is just a rate of attrition here for everyone in Sundry. You said there is nothing better than a human centipede of all of these Renault Clios, and we are getting an absolute rip-snorting example of that at the moment. Alex McEwen is in 10th, Bullock in 9th, looking very racy himself after coming a proper there. He's found himself there, but Nick Mallow now has made himself into 11th place behind his teammate Alex McEwen. So, could be a Farmers Union battle here between everyone in Sundry. Look at all those smoke signals on track here. It is on like Donkey Kong. I think Jason McFadden is the cork in the bottle between all of these cars from 5th down to 12th place or 11th place at the moment. The Rangiard Renault is under pressure here from his teammate, and now everyone's having a good crack here too. Look out, here we go. Cooper Nathan is getting a good serving here of the suck, and he's going to go side by side here. Lachlan Grant's right behind them, and also is Cohen Tam, the Caucasian conqueror, sitting there beautifully around the outside. He's going to get some suckage here, I reckon. This is going to be a 4-way battle here. 3 wide, 2.5 cars wide, whatever you want. Look at this gaggle of cars here of the Renault Clios. The French would be going absolutely mad here if this was the Olympics, because they are going absolutely hammer and tongue in the French department. Oh, look at this. This is nearly disaster stuff. Single file through the last chicane. They all make it through cleanly somehow here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, apart from someone in the background there. That is Nick Mallow. He has gone wide again. That is his absolute dead set shit of a corner tonight for Nick Mallow. He cannot get that final chicane right. He's gone wide there so many times. But anyway, Lachlan Grant now having a good crack here at the battle of at the back of Cohen Tam. And I think these 3 guys here are absolutely racing for some, I reckon, maybe some money is on at Sportsbet, Chris Munro. I'm not sure what's going on, but it's all happening here.
Yeah, there's some sheep stations on the line as we speak, as these guys are really getting stuck into each other. But I tell you what, they're doing it in a respectful manner as well. There's no rubbish happening between these guys. They've all got their measure of each other and how they race and the lines they take. And watching the battle is an absolute treat here tonight, because this circuit is bringing up some absolutely cracking battles. There's no easy overtakes here. It's almost in a little bit of a DRS train just about, where everyone's copping a little bit of a suck from the car in front. So it's really tough stuff to force an overtake here. But look at the gaggle of cars. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 7 cars there, all within a second of each other from 5th all the way down to 12th. Nick Mello joining this French 4-cylinder centipede, as we've said earlier in the broadcast. There's a car off. That's Cooper Nathan. He's had a gutser there into the third last turn, and he's dropped a number of positions, and that's promoted everyone up one. Thank you very much, they all say. There's somebody else travelling slowly as well. That's Cohen Tam. All happening here with 9 minutes to go on the clock.
Still plenty of racing to go, ladies and gentlemen. The Caucasian Conqueror is having an absolute gutser here. The only thing he's conquering at the moment, I'll tell you what, is the barriers and the grass, because anything on the black stuff at the moment, it's not his friend, and it's looking like a fantastic battle. Still only under a second between bloody 5th down to 11th place. That is something to behold, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you what though, Chris, when it comes to all the grand scheme of things here in sensational TV land, this is what we want to see. These guys in Wednesday Cup are having an absolute rip-snorting battle, and it's on like Donkey Kong here at 5th and 6th place. Lachlan Grant again in that mid-pack, just hounding the top 5 all tonight. He has been on par with everyone. It's been cracking stuff to watch, and he's handing the back here of Brian's cousin, who is now a 5-times millionaire at this point in time, is Jason McFadden. Looking like he's going to get some ARIA points for his cousin as well there on the album charts tonight. But he's got Lachlan Grant in his mirror and getting a little bit of a suck here down the straightaway. Well, the back straightaway, if you want to call it that. Lachlan Grant's going to try around the outside, Trailer Park Girl style. Is he going to get it done? He is. He's gone brave over the top, and he's got the nose off. They've both come together, and that's McFadden gone off. Oh, no, he's hit the it's Alex McEwen. He's off. Alex McEwen is off into the grass. And that was just a rate of, I guess you could call it something of a concertina effect, with everyone having a bit of a door bang, and that was poor old Alex McEwen's demise. He's in 13th place. Play on for the rest of them here. It's all happening here. The Caucasian Conqueror is still in 8th. He's all over the back here of Jason McFadden. Oh, no, he's off, and just as off commentator cursed him. He's gone. See you later. Back down to 10th. Nick Malloy's into 9th, and it's play on here for the rest of the top, basically from 5th down to 10th. It's still happening.
Yeah, it was dead set. A little bit of a calm before the storm there, but then with that probably a bit too ambitious move from Lockie Grant, just cutting the nose off there of the car behind, and that just caused everyone to check up, and a little bit of carnage happening there. But as you can see, they've all come together again. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars, and a little bit of a way back there to Nick Mole in the Freddo Frog livery. But this is all headed by Ollie Longley, who's absolutely cracking, still up there in the top 5 after 6 laps of this war of attrition, as we've seen so far. People falling on and off the track, left, right, and centre. Looking for a decent battle here as well, but all these guys are locked about nose to tail. There's really nothing they can do. They just sort of swap positions here, and then they get each other again down the next time around this long back straight. Here goes Lockie Grant looking around the outside. That's Bullock as well joining the party. Oh, you're not going to make that move there, are you, Lockie? Gee whiz, that's ambitious. He's just going to have to sit in behind, as we've seen before. Join that single file party through the death chicane at the end of the track, and look at him right up under the rear wing there at the number 22. We're going to ride on board with Lockie Grant, or are we? There we go. We are going to ride on board with Lockie Grant and see if he can take advantage of Ollie Longley, just going a little bit wide there around turn 3. He's got the run now. They're going to go side by side. Here's the top view, ladies and gentlemen. You can see exactly how close they are. There is certainly an overlap, and Ollie gives him plenty of room and says, all right, mate, I know you're right there. You're going to need to work hard for it, but you've done well so far. And there he is. Lockie Grant slides up into the top 4 positions so far. Bullock looking to do the same, but that door door is shut immediately in his face, and there's nothing he can do about it. Jason McFadden having a better time around of it this time in race 3 than we've seen so far in the first couple of races. But Bullock right up behind Longley there, just almost gives him a little tap as well. A little bit of smoke coming out of both cars, but they managed to survive this lap, and it's all starting to heat up here with 5 minutes to go. These guys are battling it out for the minor placings, but I tell you what, the battles have begun here for the top place on the step, because Buttigieg's right up next to Fadden. Oh my God, Fitness and Buttigieg go too wide through the test chicane. Buttigieg's just gone wide and off into the grass, but he's almost going to make this work. There's 3 wide here for the top 3. This is 1, 2, and 3 in this race. Zachary Riley, holy shit.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We have got Matthias Felsen around the outside. Oh, Buttigieg stuck up the inside.
they're all-
Copper. Oh, Fabian and Fitness and Matthias Felsen coming off. What has happened to the Jake Buttigieg there? Is he redressing position? He is redressing position. I don't think he caused that, Chris Munro. But anyway, we'll call it how it is. Matt Felsen has just galloped away. He's got 3 seconds at least now by the time it all comes to attrition, I reckon, over Fabian Fitness and Buttigieg. That was some sort of stuff there. But Buttigieg was very ambitious up the inside there, that's for sure. And that was sort of coming to happen. It was brewing. But I didn't think Buttigieg was going to defend that hard. The Australian Army Corporal, Buttigieg's off the track there, but he's going to keep 3rd place for now. That is Matt Felsen handed the lead on an absolute platter, I would say there, just because he came a cropper there with the 3-wide battle. But anyway, here we go. The race is now sort of dulled off between the top 3 and 4. It's still all happening here between 5th, 6th, 5th and 6th. Well, James Bullock now, is all over the back here of Lachlan Grant. Lachlan Grant's in the top 5, ladies and gentlemen. He's in 4th place, but not if James Bullock has anything to say about it. He's going to try and go around the outside, I reckon, here. He's gone left and right and upside down, nearly giving Lachlan Grant all the pressure points he needs to have. Smoke signals going everywhere. The Chinese whispers are strong here on Lachlan Grant's car. And, they can't go single file here. They've got to, actually. They've got to go single file. And that is going to be Lachlan Grant. He's gone wide there. No, he's hit the inside curb. And that has hit himself wide out of the lead. And that is going to take James Bullock into top 4 placings. My goodness gracious me. That was an unforced error by Lachlan Grant. He just cut that inside chicane a bit too hard on the left, and that spat him wide onto the bunda, and that has produced a 4th place here for James Bullock. But don't worry, here comes Brian's cousin. He's going to be looking at these 3 going, hello, and I'll tell you what, the battle behind too, Chris Munro, between Nick Mole and Ollie Longley is on as well.
Yeah, it's on all up and down the field. We saw Buttigieg just getting past Fitness there in the vision as well. We've got Mole and Longley having a good old crack in very similar coloured liveries as well. Smoke going everywhere as we get into the final 2 minutes and 43 seconds of this race. Another little battle heating up behind with McEwen cutting his way through the field, just trying to look to get into the top 10 after I think he got turned around at some point. But here we go. Buttigieg's off the track. What's happened here? Buttigieg and Fitness have come together. Buttigieg's dropped down to 5th position. Oh no, that's going to be another one as well. 6th position for him. He was leading this race, ladies and gentlemen, just only a few laps ago. Did the correct thing by redressing. And now he's just, we didn't catch what actually happened, but he is down in 6th position, however, whatever's happened anyway, but he'll be pretty disappointed about
Bullock's
that.
around.
Here goes Bullock.
Bullock's around, ladies and gentlemen.
Slowly. Oh.
He has looped it. I'm not sure what happened. I saw him facing backwards the wrong direction around the track. That was not where he wanted to be. Oh, James Bullock, you poor bastard. Don't know what happened to you. We'll have a look at that in the steward department later on, that's for sure. But here we go. It is happening here between Bullock and Longley. I reckon he's going to try and get himself back up into 7th place. Behind them, McEwen and Mitchell Cole have had come together. Mitchell Cole has gone looping, full on the gas still. As Mitchell Cole can't get it together and done the 360. He's recovered it, but he's going to lose 11th place. Nick Mellor's going to go through, and I reckon the Indian himself is going to come through in Kumar. Dilmar T-Man has produced a beautifully hot beverage and could get himself into the top 12 tonight. Nick Mello and Alex McEwen, though, our 2 quickest drivers here, you would say, generally of AK Racing, is struggling in 10th and 11th, Chris Munro.
Yeah, just finding their way through the field, maybe a bit more difficult than usual due to the nature of this circuit and not many overtaking opportunities. And a lot of this kind of door rubbing down the front straight, down the back straight. It's a really good track for battling, hard track to overtake as we see this case in point with Bullock and Longley having a little bit of a crack here. Bullock having to work really hard to get that job done here up into 7th position. Tam trying to follow his way through, but that's not going to happen for him. Alex McEwen. Oh, Tam's just dropped off the back as well. There goes McEwen, who will take that position, one of the easiest ones he's had all night, and actually gets a really cracking drive out of that chicane, and he's going to have a look at Longley here as well. We'll probably send it around the outside here into turn 1. And by the time they get to that braking zone, he's just not quite ahead enough, but has the momentum and uses up all the track. That's great driving there from Alex McEwen. Just aware of how his speed is washing off slowly around that corner and just using up every inch of the circuit to keep the momentum and hold that position on Ollie Longley. Makes that up, and he's up into the top 8. The race is over, ladies and gentlemen. We have 0 seconds left, and Matthias Falzon is currently leading. He's making his way around the, the second, third sector here. He's getting close to the end of this race, ladies and gents. He's in the middle sector now. He's done a great job there. We've had plenty of fireworks with him and Fitness, and who was it? Buttigieg going 3 wide into that final turn. I'll tell you what, that was it's been a cracking race so far, but Matthias Falzon, he's got his about 3.2 second lead coming into the final turns.
Yeah, it's going to be an absolute rip-snorting drive here from Matthias Falzon. The Greek god himself is going to come through and take the final race tonight and take it by the grip of his hands. I'll give you the hot tip. He has absolutely sent it to the heavens tonight. P1 for Matthias Falzon. That will be his first race win. Fabian Fitness crosses the line 3 seconds behind him for second. And then Lachlan Grant a further 3.5 seconds for the top 3 in the podium positions. Buttigieg, I reckon 100% Chris Munro. This guy's got to have the drive of the night, to be quite truthful. But McFadden in 5th. He is a 5-time millionaire in 5th place. That is a cracking drive from him. James Bullock in 6th. Alex McEwen delegated probably unfairly and unsquarely, not from his own standpoint, but found himself in 7th place by the end of the race. The Caucasian Conqueror in 8th. Lolly Longley in 9th. And Mellow Yellow rounds out your top 10 here for race 3 at AK Racing.
Yeah, had it all thrown against him there in 10th position. Kumar there, the John Hawkins is his mate in the chat, says the Indian mega genius. So there he is. He's come across. He's predicted him in number 1. You can add another digit onto that. He's made it into the number 111. Mitch Cole there in 12th. Ryan Nilsson there in 13th. Mark Trenery 14th. Coop and Nathan, we're going to give you Champ Street, buddy, because he's got the pace to be right up there. But his unforced errors are becoming a bit of a thorn in his side. But next week and onwards, I'm sure he will improve. Sam Dooley there in 16th position. Jimmy Park in 17th. Hanging it fat as always. Benny Barber or Brody Barber. I don't know why I keep calling him Benny Barber. He's a Queensland legend. Ben Brody Barber there in 18th. Witare in 19th. Illich 20th. Rodder in 21st. Nick Mole there in the Freddo Frog. The great livery there. The 824 F Frog as well on the window. Very nice to see. Tommy Bodycomb, the body hair specialist.
The human brush.
The human brush. Look at him go in the bright pink livery. Off the field as usual. Jeffrey Tan, number 24. Ashton Clements in 25th, and we'll have to refer to the timing tower here, or the leaderboard, to see who became behind him. It was Kai McConnell in 26th position. Nathan Hughes was a DNS. Lee Tricklebank was a DNS. Will Bullock was a DNS. David Armstrong DNS. A few did not starts here in race 3, but I tell you what, I think it was just the nature of the circuit, the nature of the beast, put them off, because the racing has improved here in the Wednesday Cup.
Yeah, a cracking round tonight from everyone from about 13th downwards, from 13th upwards, I would say tonight. Chris Munro, cracking driving from them. And it's been a bit of a different sort of field that you would expect to see up the front there. Matthias Falzon has won. Well done to him. Lachlan Grant in 3rd. Very good drive by him. Buttigieg, 100%. I'm going to give him driver of the day, if you don't mind, Chris Munro.
Yep.
And Brian's cousin in 5th. He'll be happy with that. James Bullock, recovery drive to 6th. Alex McEwen, also half a recovery drive into 7th place. And then, the Caucasian Conqueror, Tam, 23rd to, I think it was 7th or something, or what, I can't remember what it was in race 2, but in 8th place for the last race of the night in Sundry. Ollie Longley in 9th, and Nick Mallow round out your top 10. It's been pretty good, and yes, the Mr. Dilmarti himself and the Indian magician, what did he call him? The Indian
mega genius.
Indian mega genius, Mr. Kumar himself, in 11th place. The Rapper in 12th, Ryan Nielsen 13th, Trenery 14th, Cooper Nathan 15th, and the rest behind are all where they should be in the grand scheme of things, apart from the Underground Mammal. He will be a bit upset. He just didn't decide to complete the last lap of the race and finished with 11 laps on. But, yeah, in grand scheme of things, Chris Munro, a bit better behaviour considered tonight from our last round, last Wednesday. That's for sure, at Mid-Ohio. But what a cracking broadcast. It's been fantastic to have you all with me. I've been absolutely stoked to be back in the commentary box with yourself there, Chris Munro. It's been an absolute rip snorter of a Wednesday Cup.
Yeah, been a pleasure as always. And the dynamic duo is back in action. And we will be back in action again on this weekend with the AK Racing Enduro round, which is the 4-hour cracking affair coming to you from Bathurst, from Mount Panorama, the home of motorsport here in Australia. The V8 supercars are going to be cracking around that circuit there. Join us on Saturday for it's going to be half an hour, a long qualifying session, and the top 10 shootout. We're all going to get that. We're going to get that sorted out on Saturday. And then after following that, the big race will happen on Sunday at about 4:30 p.m. So make sure you set your clocks and maybe just hit that notification bell so you know when we're live. And you can join us with all the action there. It's going to be a long day in the office, but I'll tell you what, it's going to be a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to it immensely, Zach O'Reilly.
Yeah, absolutely, Chris Munro. We've got the dead set legend himself, the king of broadcasting, you would say, back at Bathurst, and he will be live in qualifying and probably through the race. He said he's going to stay for a couple of days here down at Mount Panorama with us in the Sensational TV commentary box, and I speak no other of the legend himself, Ray Rabs Warren, will be live with you guys on the broadcast. Cannot wait to see him again. Hopefully he knocks on the door this time, because last time he popped into Adelaide, he just barged through the commentary box door and just decided to take over some of the commentary positions, but we love him, and I can't wait for that. Saturday night will be hosted by yours truly here at Sensational TV for qualifying, so stick live for that. As Chris Munro said, we're going to be back in action, qualifying for 30 minutes around the great mountain itself, Mount Panorama, and then the top 10 get another crack to set the grid for the top 10 at Mount Panorama for the big race day on Sunday. I cannot wait. But in saying that, it's been a pleasure to have you all with us here at Sensational TV tonight on the broadcast. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for chatting with us in the box as well. And it's Chris said, give us a like, give us a subscribe if you can, and also hit that bell button to see when we are going live. It goes a long way here to us blokes here at Sensational TV, doing this for love at the moment. Big thank you to our Patreon members as well, supporting us for our broadcasting here as well. But for us here in the commentary box tonight at Wednesday Cup, I've been Chris Munro.
You wish, jellyfish.
I wish. I don't wish, unfortunately, for Chris Munro's standard. I am loving being a kid-free member of society at the moment, and I've been Zach O'Reilly. Chris Munro is himself as always, and it's a pleasure to have you all with us. Thank you for tonight's broadcast. We will see you live Saturday night, 7:30 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. But for now, it's good night and goodbye.